Story 1. Was I always this disgusting weakling underneath? Hi all, welcome to my rant. Please, if you are fresh from infidelity, badly hurting, or want a feel-good story, go away. Please. TLDR, I was cheated by my fiancé. We were together for almost 5 years, engaged for around 2, and known and loved each other from school. D-Day was 2 months ago. She wanted the affair relationship with her AP to continue. We are completely NC for a month. I will preempt one question that doesn't matter, but is often asked. I don't know her status or what's going on with her or her new love nest. Okay, here we go. I was in a bar with 2 friends yesterday evening. I stopped alcohol completely after separation and trying actively to also quit smoking, but I decided that I can allow myself 1 drink and a smoke for a night. The evening was going well. We chatted about whatever and I went outside for my planned cigarette. A minute later, 3 girls also went outside to smoke and were talking. One asked the other what was going on with her ex, and the reply was a snort, a "who cares?" and a laugh between them. In that moment, I felt like the biggest failure in the history of humanity. I went back in, took my things, went home and broke down. The realization that swamped me was that if a thought about me passes her mind, she is saying to herself, "Who cares?" That during many of the nights I was lying alone and broken, she was smiling, laughing, kissing, and making out with her AP. That she continues living in what used to be our home, where every color, every cabinet, every door handle, every painting, every carpet was chosen by us together. That she lies with him in the bed I've assembled. That they are walking on the tiles in that one room that I've laid down. Was I always this pathetic loser? Was I always this disgusting weakling underneath? Was I always that dumb, blind, whose girl cheated under his nose and he never even got a sniff of it? How did I allow another person to take so much of my love, my heart and soul, my years, my future and innocence, my hope, and just throw them away like a bottle cap? How could I be so wrong thinking I was building my castle on a rock, while actually building it on a cesspit? For the first time in my life, I was seriously thinking about ending my life, about wrapping my car around a lamp post or driving it off some cliffs in the mountain nearby. I feel like abandoned ruins. Like a completely broken rag, waiting for the end. I am terrified that even if I survive, I will just cruise through life, joyless, hopeless, automatically doing the motions, a mannequin that pretends to be a human being. I know life isn't fair. I know it's cruel. But it hurts so very much. It hurts when I am awake, it hurts while I am asleep. It constantly overwhelms me, and it seems that I'm fighting a battle that I can't win. I am giving up more and more ground, and soon there would be nowhere to retreat. The person I was trusting more than anybody in this world pitted me against this enemy, waved their hand goodbye, and never spared another thought for me. The enemy is me. She turned me against me. And the me that I've associated myself with for my whole life is not standing a chance. It's not a battle, it's a slaughter. I'm so sorry about this desperate post, but I need to vent, and my friends and relatives have heard enough about it. Today, it is as I am finished. As the poison finally seeped through all my defenses and is running wild through my blood. God, this road is so long. Reader comment, my friend in pain, we in this group have all been through what you have, so I will say the following, as cliché as it may sound. Now I will ask of you 90 days, just 90 days. 1. Block her on anything and anything that reminds you of her. Get rid of it, burn it, throw it too. Get into gym and build a routine, set a goal and work towards it. I know how this one might sound, but believe me, it will change your life. It's hard first month, but so worth it. 3. Read, and read. Read books about self-improvement, body, mind, philosophy. Whatever catch your eye, read on it. 4. Get into activities, hiking, running, biking, etc. If you commit to the above mentioned for 90 days, your life will change and you will forget about that loser. And yes, she is a loser. Why? Because she had something that she won't know the value of till later. So move on, improve yourself, and live your life regardless of her status or what she thinks. Don't give her the power to dictate how you think or feel. The power is with you. Commit to the 90 days rule, and best of luck. Reader comment, you weren't weak. You said yourself, you're a simple living man. So you trust. And cheaters are great at lying and manipulating the situation. Because you don't think like that, you can't fathom doing the things she did. It's because you're a good man. A strong man who is having a moment. A lot different than a disgusting weakling. She was weak because she was too cowardly to come and talk to you about how she was feeling a little neglected in the relationship and what you could work on together to improve it. Seeking validation from outside sources is never acceptable. This is on her. Please be kind to yourself. It certainly won't be easy, but you will get there, my friend. Reader comment, okay OP. First of all, people that go through life wreaking havoc, step on other people's feelings like it means nothing, lie, deceive as if it's an Olympic sport and they are proud of being a gold medal winner, those people are empty, sad, soulless shells of a human being. They cannot be truly happy, truly sad, they can never truly love because they don't know those emotions, so they pretend to be happy, sad, or in love, they impersonate happy, sad, in love. It's pathetic and sad. It's called mirroring. So don't think she is living a happy life. She is selfish, unable to self-reflect and develop meaningful relationships. She most of all is living for quick, easy highs and puts the blame of everything going wrong in her life on other people or other external factors. OP, do you truly believe you are a pathetic loser? By opening yourself up to someone who abused your trustful nature, your undivided love and commitment, your genuinely soft and good character. What would you tell a friend that went through something similar? So sorry, mate, you sound like a pathetic loser. Think about that for a moment. I don't think you would. Story 2. I'm 29M and girlfriend 27F. She slept around with multiple guys right after breakup and was talking out loud about it in front of all our friends. What do? I officially broke up with my girlfriend around May, but some circumstances led us to being always be together as a couple for next few months. We just denied it in front of people. Finally, in September we decided not to continue in any sorts of manner. 10 to 12 days later, I hear from all my friends about her going and telling them how she used to get drunk and EFF random boys. At times, she didn't even remember what happened. We remained friends in the meantime. I didn't bother about these things too much. I invited her to my birthday, which she came for, but made it a point to go out on a date by leaving in between. It was too obvious to understand, and I didn't like that. Later on, in the night, she calls me and talks about how she has been enjoying her dating life, which I thought was rude. She was outright calling home random boys to house parties and letting everyone know that she is going to sleep with him. Being part of the same group of friends, people tend to gossip, and that is how I was apprised about all these things. Then, we had a month break in between from meeting each other in a common setting. The day we met, she called me later in the night and we spoke about all these things. We ended hooking up and the emotional feelings got back. We decided to give RS another chance. I was trying to process all the things that she did during the breakup. I just felt sleeping around right after breakup made our 4-year-long relationship too menial. My mind frame was more like I didn't even feel like going to any other girl. I still loved her. She slept with like 4 guys in a week or so. Although, she didn't cheat on me as such, but I didn't like the whole thing of sleeping and telling all of our friends appropriate. Additionally, during our time back together, we had arguments related to all these things. But she started saying things like 1. If I wasn't sleeping with you tonight, I would have been with the other guy. 2. I can go on a dating app right away and call some guy over to F. I thought this was way too disrespectful to say to your partner. This led me to react, and I too started saying things like don't be proud of dating fat guys, etc. Basically, my anger towards her statements led me to criticize the kind of guys she slept around with. Now the issue is, it's difficult for me to process all these events, and I feel it's going to be very difficult to have a happy relationship. What do? Reader comment, she's trying to make you jealous and boost her self-esteem. Ignore. Walk away. Quit inviting her to things or when at parties find other people to hang around. Sounds like breaking up with her was the best thing you could do for yourself. Do not go back with her original poster. Is it normal to feel like the relationship did not matter to her? She wasn't in love because she started effing random guys right after breakup? It felt like she was just waiting to hop in bed with someone. Also then going out and boasting about it to everyone? Isn't it offending to me as her ex-boyfriend? Reader comment, my ex has done the same. Acting like she is better than me because she can get laid when I haven't. She was also abusive, etc. during our relationship. I decided to just focus on myself and what I really wanted. I have dropped 44 kilograms in weight, and I am getting attention from girls. I could get laid, but I choose not to because I am not like that. I want to finish me as a project first, then I might date again. Does it bother me what my ex is doing? No, she cheated on me, lied to me, used and abused me, manipulated me, and all that crap. I did none of that and still remain respectful afterwards. So to me, I am the better person regardless of what she does in her life after, so don't let her get to you. She is doing it on purpose, and also kindly tell your friends you wish to not hear about her at all. And I would also look at making more friends, away from your usual group. Original poster. When we tried to get back, I told her it's getting difficult for me because the way she behaved right after breakup. She couldn't take the fact that her sleeping around with random dudes is something I didn't find right and that is leading for the relationship to end forever. Then she tried to shift the whole blame on me. Don't get these reactions. Reader comment, when she's bragging or chatting about her hookups, ignore her and don't respond. She wants the reaction. Change the subject. Original poster. Would you take your girl back if she effed 4 random boys with a week of breakup? And then rubs it on your face? She is blaming me of telling her that she was wrong to go and sleep with people right after breakup and also commenting on her choices because of the main things she said. Story 3. My GF had sex with a guy after our first date and another guy after our second. We became exclusive 2 weeks later. I forgave her, and 3 months later it's a strong relationship and we're in love. Her early hookups sting still haunt me. Was this a fair transition to exclusivity? The title basically sums it up. Few more details. 1. She had previously been in a long-term relationship for many years until about a year ago. She didn't experiment or have much experience before her ex, so understandably she had a handful of hookups while single before me. She was coming off of her free and single stage when we met, and didn't expect to want a serious relationship at the beginning of our dating. 2. She was feeling guilty about the 2 hookups nonetheless, and almost ended things with me 1 month after our first date out of guilt. I made her sit down and talk it through, and that's when I found out about these hookups. She told me all this a few days before I accepted it and before we became exclusive. 3 to 2 other lies. What she left out until 2 months into the relationship was that she continued to SXT back and forth with the second guy until just before our 6th date. For context, she and I first had SX ourselves on date 5. The only other big lie was about the bruises on her legs that were there when we first had SX. 4. She has shown time and again since then, and in every other manner, to be an otherwise seemingly trustworthy person. She always volunteers more information than necessary about her whereabouts and about what she does day to day. And I've tested it a few times, and every single time her story always checks out. 5. This girl is madly in love with me now, and she's even talked of me being the one she wants to marry someday. I honestly feel similar feelings. I have lots of dating experience, and she checks every box in compatibility. I love her too, truly, and have never felt so strongly. Had this never happened at the beginning, I'd know for sure she's the one. We've met each other's families and friends too. This particular point I'm making is that everything is going spectacularly well otherwise. And she's truthful in every single opportunity I've been able to verify, too. 6. For some reason, though, I still have a sour taste about the beginning. I do bring some insecurity baggage to the table from my ex in my last relationship, emotionally cheating. I know it's the responsibility of both people in a healthy relationship to handle irrational insecurities. Is my insecurity about trusting her nowadays something that's just my responsibility to overcome? Or is this a legitimate situation for doubting her? And if so, for how long? What would I have to do to get past this? Edit update. Thank you all for those who gave kind and sympathetic but constructive advice, perspective. I realized that while it's a bit icky how the situation looked before we officially became exclusive, she has proven over and over again since then that we have something real and that ought to call for at least a chance at developing true love and trust going forward. Yes, there were a few lies at the beginning, but you don't even understand how well I've vetted her honesty since then. I truly believe this girl is all in now. Of course, I won't be blind to possible signs or flags of infidelity or dishonesty in the future, but I really think that I have something special and real with this person. I appreciate you folks for kindly helping me see better that she's a person who may not have come into this with the same exact goals or expectations of falling in love like I may have. She was hot off of her young and single dating phase, while I was already ready to give each person one shot at a time. I'm going to give it a go to work on my insecurity and try giving her the benefit of full trust until I truly do agree that it's warranted, or until she shows me it shouldn't be. Thanks again very much, folks. You are a kind community reader. Comment. Sadly, this is the current state of dating. This gradual transition from dating to exclusive dating rather than it being a one person at a time model just muddles the waters. What's truly tragic about this is the fact that as honest as people may try to be, can they really truly honestly say they transitioned the relationship into exclusive status with a clear head and having truly given themselves a healthy chance at assessing the other person while juggling multiple other people in the background? My instinct is that it's probably a big no in ways we can't yet clearly quantify and name. Folks treating dating like it's simple multitasking and expecting things are gonna go well seems foolish at best. That being said, if it was clear that there was no expectation of exclusivity, then this one is on you. I will say, though, that is pretty telling of who she really is and how she really thinks if she can so easily go spend time with you and eat on your dime and then go smash with some dude that same day. I don't care at what point in the relationship that happens, that looks to me like huge red flag. Some will argue there is no expectation of exclusivity when you first meet someone, but what about the dude she was having sex with? Were they expecting exclusivity? Were they thinking she was only seeing them? This sounds and looks too much of someone who is used to having her cake and eating it, and you like the girl and are giving her way more benefit of the doubt than her actions say she deserves. Original poster. I appreciate this perspective and way of looking at it. Thanks. I agree that it's an unfortunate reality of modern dating. You folks are right that it doesn't violate the technicalities of current social norms around exclusivity, but to your point, it might draw into question her character, morals, willpower, or judgment. Again, not even that badly by the standards set by today's implicit rules around exclusivity labeling. But still, she knew I was only looking for a serious relationship, and she had told me as much as well. Admittedly, for our first 2 dates we connected well in person and over text, but didn't really have a huge emotional spark yet. And I was building feelings faster than she was. I also agree that I'm approaching this with a giving the benefit of the doubt attitude. So my question now is, where do I go from here? This all pertains to the beginning of the relationship, the transition to exclusivity. We're definitely beyond that now and have crossed a lot of milestones. I truly believe we both love one another now, and we've met families, friends, we often make plans for the long-term future and are honestly so good together. My outstanding worry is just that I'm so afraid that this beginning might mean a red flag warning that she may not be trustworthy to be faithful in the long run. I'm not sure and am aware that I'm sensitive to this compared to the norm given my ex who cheated. What would be a reasonable way forward? Reader comment. People will say it's not cheating on a technicality, but I'm assuming you love or are fond of her, and that has nothing to do with technicalities. Original poster. Yes, I absolutely do love her. And I also believe she loves me back. But I'm not sure if this should call into question whether I ought to trust her 100% forever forward now, or if I should be cautious to some extent still. It feels just icky though, not being able to trust fully while being in love. I think I should want to grant her my full trust.